Hi everyone, Adarsh here. So today we're gonna see how we can cache cache the response from the server in AngularJS. So in this application, I'm using AngularJS, Node.js, Bootstrap, and then uh, I guess that's it. I'm using jQuery. So I have done the POC. Let's jump into the code and I'll explain how I have achieved this. So in this we have package.json where we have name, version, description about the application, then engine strict, engine license, repository, author, dependency. So we have express as well as log4j. Express is to create a server, http container, and then we log4j for logging things. Then getting into the public folder, we have a bootstrap css, and then we have our own custom css, my css. Then in the js file we have a lib folder where we have angular.js, jquery.js, and we have our own application app.js file. Then we have a index.html, and then we have server.js. So let's get into one by one in all the things. So I'll explain you first about index.html. So in this okay, we'll start from the application.js file. So where we have created an Angular module with the name application, no dependency. Then we have created a controller. We have injected a $scope, $q. Basically $q is a service for asynchronous call to the server. Then we have a application cache service here. So in application cache service we are injecting a $http $q, and we have a function inside that. So that function can get response. So basically it takes a boolean value. So based on that boolean value, it's gonna make a call. So if this value is true as well as local response cache is not null, we're gonna resolve the promise from the local response cache store. Or if it is false, it's gonna make a get request to this URL, and then whatever the response we are getting, whether it's a success or failure, based on that it's gonna fill the cache and then return the promise at the end. So we have one method again which is clear response local cache store. So it's gonna just clear the local cache. So this service we have injected in the controller. So in the controller we have get response. So what it does, basically it just call a get data function based on that true and false, and it gonna set the value in the scope. So here we have done the expression basically. So whatever the value so basically in the from when I am calling this function, I'm returning that this comes from which button. Is it a first button, second button, third button, and fourth button? So based on that based on that I need to put the response. So if it comes from value button 1, I need to populate the expression model variable value 1, and so for like if it comes request comes for that button is clicked, second button is clicked, so I need to populate the value into value 2, and likewise I need to for value 3 and value 4. So for that I have sending a cache value and the button number. So in application.js I am getting a true, false, or value. Based on that I'm just getting the model object, and whatever the response I am getting after calling the get data function, I am setting the response into this model object. So like that we can achieve this. So in turn it call the get data method, which again call a service, application service, and then application service it's gonna call, and then we have a callback. So in the callback we are setting a response or reason if it is successful, response we are setting. If it is fails, we are just setting a reason, because these are the asynchronous calls. So we need to send a callback method, because we don't know when response gonna come. So whenever response gonna come, this callback method gonna execute, and we gonna get the proper response for us. So here if we get into drill down into the service, application cache service. In the service we are getting a true false based for whether we need to get the data from cache and what not. So I already explained you all these things. So in the index.html, what we have done, we have binded with the app module name. Then we have imported a JS, Angular JS, application.js, Bootstrap, CSS and all. And then we have defined a couple of div here. We have binded this body with the controller, application controller. And then this message, basically this message I am populating from okay, I guess I am not populating this message somewhere. Yeah, no, it's here I'm populating this value, that's what, because I'll not keep any variable unused like this. So this is a value which we are setting just for the display purpose. And then corresponding we have a 4 type of button. So first button where we have said fetch from the cache, second time we have told set fetch from the cache, and third one we told make a fresh request, and then fourth one again we told that fetch from the cache. So we have a server.js where we have initialized we have imported the express module here. Then we are saying that any all the static resources we have in this public folder. So for every static resources it's gonna come into the public folder. Then we have initialized the log4j.s with the appender, and we have specified the log file name also. So here we can see that log file name is there, and then category dev and all these things. And this is the application.get. So this is basically the API which gonna hit from the app angular.js file where we have a request and response. So in the response we are saying we are just transforming the value into the JSON format, like value welcome as the current date, and this is the configuration for that our web container will execute on this port number and this host, and I am just logging that event. So let's execute this application and see how it looks like. So here my container started on port number 3000, so I'm gonna hit localhost port number 3000. So this is a message variable which we are populating, and all these are just, so here we'll say first time we don't have anything in the cache, so we are saying that fetch cache data. But what it gonna do if in the if else condition I have made that I'm just checking whether the cache is not null and means empty as well as the true. So on the basis of that, if cache is null means empty, it's gonna make a request to the server. So let's see here, we don't have anything here, so I'm just making a request to the server. So it says that 1851 17 millisecond I have sent a request to the server. So you can see here a request comes, get request, localhost 3000, everything is logged in from here. Okay, see 1851 17 millisecond, so exactly at the same time. So now if I'm gonna make a date request from the cache, so it should log message should not appear. So and this response and this response should be same. So if you see I'm getting a same response, it means it has not made any call to the server, so only one log message I am getting. So if I say fetch data, fetch fresh data, so this two as well as this should differ, as well as in the log I should get an entry. So he see here 1851 and 1852, and then I should have another entry here 1852 request for fetching data, which I am logging here, request for fetching data. Then if I say fetch data from cache, so I should get the same response. So I can say I can, instead of clicking this button, if I just click this button also, so this message and this message should be the same timings. So if you see that 1852.09 1852.09, and here only I have not clicked it. So if I say these three should be the same, if I say fetch fresh data, so it should be 56, and if I say fetch 6 it should be 56, but these are the older one, and I can see the request here. So that's how we can cache the response. And so I'm gonna save this application in my GitHub repository, which is Adarsh Kumar Singh 83 Angular JS. So my all applications are already there, so this application gonna sit into the same repository. You can pull it up and you can play around with this. So till then, take care, bye.